Hi, welcome along to a brand new episode of the Recurring Revenue Rocks show. My name's Laura Jeffrey and I'm delighted to have you here today. This episode has been sponsored by Magnetize Your Membership Pro, which is my signature program helping amazing membership owners to reach 5K months and beyond with their memberships. So in today's episode, I wanted to have a chat with you about the two broad types of membership which I tend to work with people on. So as I always say, you tend to get what I like to call the Netflix style membership, which is going out to the masses in exchange for a small monthly fee in order to access your content and what you provide in the membership. Or you get the different type of membership, which is I've christened the programship model, which tends to be a set length membership, maybe 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, and it tends to be a much higher price for people to take part in, and it tends to be higher touch, so it may include some group coaching, that type of thing. So what I wanted to talk to you about today is firstly the difference between those two, like the Netflix style membership and the programship style, and also I wanted to share with you one of my favorite books by the amazing Carrie Green. Carrie Green wrote this book, She Means Business, all about her entrepreneurial journey, but also how and why she set up her membership, which is a Netflix style membership. So I wanted to share some of my favorite passages from this book with you today, just to show you kind of about the passion and dedication that it takes to set up a really successful Netflix style membership. So the reason I call it a Netflix style membership is because, you know, with Netflix, you tend to pay, well, you do pay, it's kind of like roughly $10 a month or less, right? Or thereabouts, to access a huge amount of amazing content, right? So the value proposition is mega clear, right? So you get access to this amazing array of videos that you can watch, series you can watch anytime you want without ads, and you can just choose whatever you want from all these. I don't even know how many movies they have on there, probably thousands. Whatever you want to watch, you can find something in the genre that you're after. So the value proposition is mega clear, right? You're paying around about $10 a month and you get access to all of these ad-free series and movies whenever you want on demand. You can pause them, you can watch them later. It's just a really wonderful thing. For me, I use Netflix and I probably watch maybe 1 or 2 movies on it a week. My kids watch the kids programs. For me, it's like a no-brainer decision, right? It's 10 bucks a month and I get all of this value for it. That is why I call this certain type of membership that I teach the Netflix style membership, because what you are giving is something that is like a no-brainer decision for people in terms of the quality of the content that you're sharing with people, helping them to solve their problem or to further develop a hobby or interest that they have. With the Netflix style membership, you make your money and you reach your income targets, usually by selling lots and lots of places at a small amount per month. That's how they tend to work. So with a lot of my clients, they might have a goal of maybe having 200 clients in, 200 members in, each paying £50 a month, $50 a month, and that will get them to where they want to be in terms of reaching a 5-figure month, for example, reaching $10,000, £10,000 per month. So when you think about those kind of numbers that you want to reach, that kind of thing, you've got to have a really clear mission in mind as to what you want to create with your Netflix style membership, because, and this is one of the reasons why I wanted to share about this book with you today, is because when you're going out with that kind of model of membership, as in wanting to get, you know, 100, 200 more, maybe 300, maybe you want to aim for 1,000 or more. I know that Carrie runs the amazing membership called the Female Entrepreneur Association, and I think last time I checked, I think there's around about 5,000 to 6,000 members. She's gone out with a mission. Carrie had a vision for what she wanted from her membership. She had a vision for how she wanted to help people. She had a goal that really set her alight. She felt so lit up and so on a mission with this thing that she wanted to achieve to help more female entrepreneurs to feel connected and not to be lonely in their offices on their own. She had such a clear reason for why she was setting up her membership that fire kind of took her forward, and it helped her to, you know, really charge her up to get out there with that mission to start enrolling members. And obviously she's done incredibly well. She's, you know, sought after as a speaker on stages all over the world. You know, she does, she obviously runs the Female Entrepreneur Association, which is hugely successful, but she has got that fire inside her, that reason why she wanted to set up her membership in that way, so that she could help as many people as possible. So what I wanted to share with you today is, if you're wondering what kind of membership set up, whether you want to go kind of down the Netflix route of, you know, a lower amount per month to pay. So I think at the time of recording this podcast, I think the Female Entrepreneur Association, Carrie Green's membership, I think that's somewhere around about the $60 mark. I think somewhere around that mark, like $50, $60 a month, something like that. So for that kind of membership to work, you need to obviously have a lot of people in to reach your income goals. If you're going after a 5K month or a 10K month or beyond, you're going to have to get those numbers in. So really have a think about that. Like, as a task for you right now, if you're thinking of going down that Netflix style route, really think about what your income goal is. Do you want to reach 5K a month? Do you want to reach 10K a month? Do you want to reach 100K a month? Whatever it is that you've got in your mind, I really want you to get clear on what kind of number of members you're going to need to reach that goal. Okay, with the programship style method, you are usually going to be charging at least £1,000 for your clients to be in that programship, usually for a minimum of six months. Maybe a maximum of 12 months. And then, you know, you can offer that as a payment plan. So you could break that down over 12 months. Really have a think about which way is going to suit you, not only in terms of monetary goals, but in terms of your mission as well. Your mission, is that to work with, you know, hundreds or thousands of people? Do you feel that what you have got is so important to reach out to the masses and to help people build this massive community of like-minded people? Does that make you feel lit up? Does that make you feel like, oh my gosh, I have to make this happen. I'm on a mission to make this happen? Because, you know, if you get that feeling, then yes, of course you should go for the Netflix style membership. If you have that mission that makes you feel, you know, that of course you've got to do it, it gives you a burning desire to get to this kind of point of reaching all these people and having all these people be a part of your membership. That is a beautiful, beautiful thing to be celebrated. And I've got clients inside Magnetize Your Membership now who absolutely fit that ideal of, you know, going out to hundreds or thousands of people, and it completely makes sense for them because of the type of area of expertise they have. Say for me, I run my own business with a programship model. So Magnetize Your Membership is a programship. So I run that over 6 months, and people pay a set fee to be in the programship for that long. So they get a really good amount of support as they implement everything that they learn. It's a higher ticket amount, which means that I need to enroll less people, and it means that therefore I can give a higher level of touch. So say for me with my programship model, I look after my people every day, Monday to Friday. I do group coaching calls with people on Zoom, that kind of thing. So it's a much higher level of touch. With the Netflix style membership, you know, because you're going to be going out to much higher numbers of people, I really want you to have a think about your boundaries with this as well, because obviously you're not going to be able to give all those hundreds or thousands of people you know, one-to-one attention, because it simply wouldn't work on that model. So really have a think about boundaries as well when you're thinking about these two models and which are going to fit into best. But anyway, today I did want to focus on this book just because there are so many parts in this book that really, really resonate with me and the way I teach things and my point of view on entrepreneurism. Is that even a word? Entrepreneurism, let's say it is. You know, I love the way Carrie has got such a vision and that she carries it out. She's clearly an action taker. And I just wanted to share some of the passages from the book with you, just because I know that they'll inspire you. And especially if you're kind of going down the route of maybe starting up a Netflix style membership, I really, really recommend that you check this book out, because it is so inspiring just to see what one person can do one person with a vision, one person with a dream and an idea to help people, and a fire lit up inside you to get that, to bring that vision to life. And I just think this is like the most wonderful book to really inspire you if you are going on that journey. So I just wanted to share a couple of passages with you from this book, just because I mean, I read this book when I was expecting my little boy, and I'd go along for my antenatal appointments, and I would literally sit there in the waiting room reading this book, and it was just like, it was such a lovely time. And yeah, I just really recommend getting your hands on this, the She Means Business book. Order it on Amazon or track it down. It's published by Hay House, I believe. Yeah, it's a Hay House published book. Check it out if you are setting up a membership of any sort, or even if you're just on your entrepreneur journey. This is such a wonderful, inspiring read to get a hold of, just to see how one person can, you know, have such a big impact in the world. So the first thing I wanted to share with you is there's a chapter in here called Overcoming Resistance, the 3 C's. So the first thing that Carrie shares here is, you know, the 3 things that can really hold you up from getting your membership started. And I absolutely love this, because I think if we draw attention to the things that are holding us up, then that means that we can take action on them and make them better. So what Carrie's shared here are her 3 C's for overcoming resistance. So the first C is lack of clarity. So what she says is, if you don't know what you want to make happen, how can you make it happen? You can't. You end up drifting aimlessly, not getting very far. You have to know what you're trying to achieve. The second C is lack of confidence. She says, so often our fears and doubts cause us to lack confidence in ourselves and in our ideas, and this holds us back from achieving what we want. And the third C is lack of competence, not knowing how to do what we need to do, therefore we end up procrastinating. So I think with all 3 of these C's, competence, confidence, clarity, these are so important to address when you're setting up a membership, because you need to have that clarity. You need to have the competence in your niche area of specialism, so that you can feel confident when you go out there, so that when you start on your journey with your membership, you feel fired up and ready to step up as a leader. And that's what I focus in so much on Magnetize Your Membership is, you know, this stepping up as a leader, because all of a sudden you're putting yourself separate from the crowd. You're standing up and saying, guys, come and follow me. I've got a methodology that you can follow. I've got a way of doing things that, you know, is going to make your life better. And I love that what Carrie's kind of pulled out here with these 3 C's is, you know, you've got to address those. You've got to address your confidence. You've got to address your clarity. You've got to address your competence. You've got to make sure that you feel fired up in those areas so that you can go forward and, you know, lead this membership from the front. So that's the first thing that I wanted to share with you. The next passage, and I absolutely love this. So as you guys know, I am a massive action taker. If you're into numerology, I'm very much a life path 1. So I'm all about taking action, getting things done, being a leader. And I absolutely love this. On page 47 of She Means Business, there is a She Takes Action page with a 12-point list of how to get intentional about what you want to achieve. So I'm going to share this with you now. Hopefully it will inspire you with where you're at right now. So what Carrie says is, get intentional and stay intentional by using this 12-step visualization process to create your future history. If you can, make time to visualize achieving what you want at least once a day. And I agree with this. It's like at least once a day. Make this a really purposeful thing. This is what I do myself, is I specifically take time to visualize. And I love that Carrie's saying that here. So what she says is, all you need to do is, and then she shares this list of 12 things. I'm going to read those to you now. So number 1, think of the outcome you desire. What do you want to experience or achieve? Number 2, take some time to visualize the outcome happening with total belief. Number 3, see yourself in the picture. What do you look like? Number 4, what can you hear? Number 5, what do you feel? Number 6, what can you see around you? See it. What can you touch? Touch it. Number 8, change your posture to how it would be in your imagination. Number 9, make the image bigger. Number 10, make the image brighter. Number 11, make the sounds louder. And number 12, intensify the feeling. Truly experience what you want like it's really, really happening. So I absolutely love that list from Carrie, because it's so true. And that's the process that I love it myself for when I'm kind of manifesting, if you like, or if I'm bringing ideas to life in my brain. I'm like thinking about something, I'm adding feeling to it, I'm adding intensity to it, because the more we think about things, the more our brain is going to recognize this situation as normal, as something that it's already experienced. And then, you know, our subconscious starts bringing that to life. It wants to bring that visualization to life because we're focusing on it again and again and again, making it familiar, making it feel normal. And I really recommend that when you're at the stage of starting up your membership, you want to think of this as normal. This isn't something that's totally out of your reach and that's insanely too crazy to ever actually materialize in your life. Think of it as normal. Think of this as, you know, this is part of your life now, running this amazingly successful membership. So I hope you enjoyed those 12 pointers. And then I want to share another part with you. And I absolutely love this so much. And this is so in line with my ethos about, you know, celebrating your history. And I talk a lot about why I don't suffer with imposter syndrome and why I don't believe other people should either. And all of it boils down to what you are about, what your story is, what your history is, what has brought you to where you are today. I always say about, you know, you've earned your stripes. You have earned your stripes, and don't ever forget that. Don't ever play it down, what it's taken you to get to where you are today, because it's so precious. Nobody else has your story. And I wanted to share this with you from page 132 in the book, where Carrie says, be you. And I absolutely love this. So I'm just going to read this section out to you. That it opens with a quote that says, be yourself no matter what. Some will adore you and some will hate everything about you, but who cares? It's your life. Make the most of it. I absolutely love that. And then Carrie talks about how, you know, she knows what she's best at. She knows what she's like. And she gives a list here. She says, I took some time to figure out what made me me by asking, what are my strengths? And then she said, I'm quiet and mostly softly spoken, and some people like that because they can relate. I'm completely honest about the experiences I have, and I don't ever sugarcoat things. I try to simplify everything I teach. I may not be funny, but at least I can be helpful. And finally, she says, I don't see myself as the expert who's dictating what to do. I'm the best friend who's right by your side, experimenting with you and sharing what I've learned. And then she said, all these things were my strengths and made me me. And I absolutely love this because it's so true. Nobody else has your story, and that is something to be celebrated. That is what, you know, puts you in the position that you are in today. And that's why I say that nobody should suffer with imposter syndrome, because you have earned your stripes. It's like, for me, I've shared this so many times, it's like my journey here has not been easy. I cracked my first six-figure year last year, this year that we've just come out of, 2021, with a brand new business which I'd started the year prior to that. But the reason that I was able to crack a six-figure year in the second year of business is because of everything that came prior to that. The other businesses that I've started, the things that I've learned about myself that I'm good at, and the things that I've learned that I'm not good at. And I've learned, you know, to really focus on the things that I am good at because I enjoy them. And the more I speak with honesty about my experiences and what I enjoy, and, you know, speaking about things that make me happy, the better I do in business. And I think that's the same for all of us. It's like, don't try and force a square peg into a round hole. You do you, right? So what Carrie says next is she does these lovely little kind of she takes action bits where she actually encourages you to take action based on what the text was in the previous chapter. On this particular one about you being you, what she says in this she takes action section is write down what makes you you. Who is your authentic self? What makes you amazing and special? What are your strengths? Focus on being more you and the world will love you even more. Play to your strengths. So I'm really, really glad to have shared some of those excerpts from the book, some of my favorite parts, but I'd really recommend diving into it and having a read, just because it gets you so fired up about the path that you've chosen. And especially if you're starting up a membership and you want to see behind the scenes and it's a very, very candid account of, you know, the visualization techniques that she uses, that Carrie uses, about about, you know, the impact that her family have had on her in terms of supporting her and helping her to get a really good solid mindset with what she wants to do. And it's just a really, really nice kind of behind the scenes look at what it's taken to get her to where she wants to be. And I think that's the important thing here, is to realize that even though we live in this online world where everybody's saying that they have overnight successes and that, you know, things happen really, really quick, there's always work to be done. These things don't just fall in our lap, generally speaking. As entrepreneurs, we know that, right? It's like, it might not always be hard work because we might be enjoying it, but there is still work to be done. And I think we need to be very honest about that, about what it takes to earn what we earn, and to, you know, what it's taken for us to earn our stripes. Like, don't play it down, what you've been through, you know, because you've probably been through a lot to get you to where you are today. And I think the more you recognize that journey that you've been on, the more you recognize your own story and give yourself, you know, credit where credit's due for everything that you've been through that's got you to where you are today and how you're still standing, the stronger we get in our work and the more we can enjoy it, right? So whether you're thinking about starting a programship or a Netflix style membership, do check out the She Means Business book by Carrie Green. I think you'll really, really enjoy it. And I hope you've enjoyed this brand new episode of the Recurring Revenue Rocks show. As I mentioned at the beginning, this episode is sponsored by Magnetize Your Membership Pro, which is my signature program for helping amazing coaches and specialists who have already set up a membership. You've got the grit, you've done the work, you've set up your membership, but maybe you've kind of hit a bit of a plateau at your first handful of members. You've got your first maybe 5, 10, 15, 20 members in, and now you want to know how to systemize your membership, get it all sorted, all the structure sorted so it's all streamlined, and you want to know how to make consistent sales so you always know from month to month how much money you're going to be having in, roughly how many members you're going to be enrolling. You want to get things to a point where it's just feeling really good, like a grown-up business, where you're like, yep, this is my membership, this brings me in 5k plus per month, and you want to get it to the point where it is feeling like a well-oiled machine. So if that is where you're at, do check out somewhere on this page you should see a link to Magnetize Your Membership Pro, or if you're listening to the podcast, just head over to recurringrevenuerocks.co.uk and you'll see at the top there'll be a link up there for Magnetize Your Membership Pro. You can have a good read through about what the program includes and how you can apply for a space in it. So I will see you over there, and thank you again for coming along today, and I'll look forward to seeing you next Monday for another episode of the Recurring Revenue Rocks show.